All right, scientists. So I know that it's not life science time yet. We have not got there yet, but life science is always happening. Why? Because things are alive. And I'm out here right now, and I'm standing next to a patch of flowers. Can you see them? Up there they are, right down there. I'm standing next to a patch of flowers, and I started to notice that some science was happening. Pollination. Have you ever heard of pollination? So when you look at a flower, let's grab one of these. If I was to grab this flower, on the inside of this flower, there's going to be a part called a stamen and a pistis. Okay? Now the stamen surrounds the pistis, and the stamen is the place where the pollen is made. But right down there in the center, I don't know if you can see the little part that pokes out in the center, that is a pistis. And here's what happens. The stamen has the pollen, but we've got to find a way to get the pollen from the stamen to the pistis, right? How do we do this? How does that happen? How does this thing called pollination happen? How do we get the stamen, the pollen from the stamen to the pistis? Well, I'm actually observing it happening right now. We're going to observe it together, and hopefully I'm not going to get stung by a bee, right? Yes, we're out here watching bees pollinate these flowers. That's what I'm doing. It's really, really cool. So I'm going to put the phone right next to a bee, and we're going to watch the bee pollinate the flowers. Now, when I say pollinate, basically what's happening is the bees are moving from flower to flower. And when they do, when they're going in to get this pollen, the pollen gets stuck all over them. So when they move to the next flower, some of that pollen actually gets deposited in the pistis and therefore pollinating the flower. Now it's a relationship that works for both of them. Why is that? Because the bees use the pollen for food. It's also, bees get food, the flowers get to pollinate, they get to reproduce, they get to get everything that they need to be able to create seeds. So we're about to zoom in, we're going to look at these bees, and then we're going to observe what happened. I want you to ask yourself the question, what do I observe and what do I think is happening? What do I observe and what do I think is happening? Here we go. All right. Oh, they're not even worried about me being here. We're just all chilling and flying and chilling and flying. Oh, look at that one right there. He went in, he popped, he ran to another one. Let's see if we can catch him. He's all the way at the bottom, family. Can you see it? We're just gonna follow him all the way around. He's going from flower to flower to flower, and there are lots of them out here. They are not even concerned about me, and I'm glad, because I do not want to get stung today. All I want to do is to observe some science happening. Uh-oh, have to watch out. I think they might have got a little bit irritated right there. I don't want to get too terribly close. Look at all the bees pollinating. This is a symbiotic relationship. Both organisms are benefiting from this interaction. They both help each other, and in helping each other, they help all of us because we need this pollination as much as they do. Have you ever watched the Bee Movie? If you have not watched the Bee Movie gives us a lot of insight into that. All right, scholars. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Science is amazing. Science is everywhere. We just got to observe some real life pollination happening by some pollinators, some of my favorite pollinators. I feel like that should be like a t-shirt or something. I'm a pollinator. From my favorite pollinators, some bees. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Remember, science is everywhere. Science is amazing. But the only thing more amazing than science is you, because you are the ones that make science happen. Talk to y'all later.